Welcome back.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Well, I know I didn't interview you last time.
No, I think last time I mean, I did everything. I was like 2 seconds short of like humping the couch like the dog. I mean, it was a very ruckus interview.
There was a dog here.
There was a
She's
dog.
Not referring to the host.
Let's just go with it.
Let's just go with it and
pretend.
say that I've never been arrested.
Right, but if you were to be arrested.
I just snorted.
You did snort.
I did.
You did.
It was like a little one.
You and Georgie have so much in common.
This is why we like each other. This is why she was all over
Well,
me.
you talk the same language.
We do.
You should tell that all of
Only
her.
on Young Hollywood.
Yeah, so you do.
Never again. Never again.
Giving it up for free. Why?
Why?
So, Riddick, so first of all, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Totally different from the film. I mean, it's such a different, you are like one of the boys, but here's what I appreciate. Only female in the cast, but what I love about what you did with this role is you still made her super sexy and super feminine.
Thank you.
And I know you've talked about that it was almost an intentional thing, that you can be tough and you can be a badass, but still use your femininity. I mean, you had the guys going nuts.
You can. I mean, you know, it's one of my pet peeves watching women do action is that just because you're, you know, tougher than the guys in the movie doesn't mean you lose your femininity and your sexuality.
Grant any last wishes? I was referring to you.
Not that the chains aren't a hot look, but no. I'm not gonna straddle you in front of all these guys.
What if I killed all of them first?
Easy, boy. There's a lot more trank where that came from.
And I know David, the director, there was some talk about wardrobe, and you actually said less clothes, which is the other way around than the way it normally goes.
I know.
Usually it's the director, the producers going, can you just remove? And you're like, no.
We put this wardrobe on and I was like, wow, this is incredibly unflattering on a woman's body. Like there is not an ounce of this. I mean, I am a dude. Like underneath
What
this.
was it like? Was it like the guys?
Well, and we come out in it. It's the exact same wardrobe as the guys, and you've got all this padding on, like this like military padding. So you've got, I mean, you don't even have breasts. Like you have nothing. And so I was in wardrobe, and she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, I'm gonna, and I was like, well, what were you thinking? She's like, well, I have this really amazing corset. And I was like, let me go talk to DT.
Now I read about, and I know people are talking about this, the midnight call. It was like the last audition. You got a call at midnight.
It wasn't that late. But
It wasn't, but for dramatic effect, it was midnight.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning.
And I think it was at the last audition before you got the role, and you were called to Vin's house, and did you have a mask on your face or something? You had to.
No, well, I'm an early to bed, early riser type of person. So, you know, it is not uncommon for me to be in bed at 9 p.m. And I knew that, you know, my meeting with Vin was potentially that day. And, you know, at 9 o'clock, I was like, okay, you know, it didn't work out. That's fine. And you know, a little bit later, I got a phone call that, you know, from Annie McCarthy saying, you know, we're up at Vin's, at all the producers, and, you know, we'd really love for you to get up here. So it was one of those moments where I was like, okay.
My heart is pounding just listening to this.
Yeah, so it was
really the drive over and the anticipation.
It was the drive over. I was on the phone with my mom going, I can't believe this is happening. Because, I mean, I had a face mask on. I was like going to bed. And so I like wiped off my face mask. I put on dirty clothes out of the laundry hamper because it was like, get there now. Like, I mean, like yesterday.
So there was no time to put on makeup
Nothing.
either.
I had no makeup on. I had my hair in a ponytail. And I like kind of walked in. It was like, sorry, I don't even know if I had a bra. I mean, it was like, I mean, I literally was practically in my pajamas and like went up there, and Vin was just sitting by the pool with the rest of the producers and having meeting. I mean, like meeting, you know, and sat down and had a conversation for a little bit and went home, and you know, called my mom on the way home and said, I think I just got the role because I showed up.
Well, Vin had a birthday party, and you went to a birthday party, and you said he was a good dancer. What are his moves? Like, I need to know what he actually does.
You're gonna have to ask him. No, I mean, that's just way too much information for me to impart about any other human being. But he, you know, the man knows how to have a good time. You know, he works hard, and he enjoys his life, and that's, you know, ultimately who he is.
Well, on that note, and I know people have talked about this too, he takes work to the extreme. You have to bring your A game when you're working on a film like that. And I know you had been a fan of his, like even prior to working with him. Being on set and being around that environment, does it sort of just up the ante? Does everybody just sort of like bring your A++ game.
You do, because not only are you having scenes with this man and working with him, he's also your boss, you know? I mean, he's one of the producers on the movie, you know? And so you do come to work and you have all your choices in your head and your backstory and you're ready. And Vin is, I love working with producers or directors that are actors because they know how to speak actor. And they know very much so, like
actor
Vin.
language.
It's an actor language.
It's an alien from another planet. So like in the film.
Yeah, because you're dealing with insecure people, basically. So you know, he knows, you know, full well that he said, you come to work, you tell me who this person is, and that's fine. If you believe it, we'll believe it. And so you do your backstory because you want to be as prepared as he is, because he's so prepared.